esteemed Chairman, distinguished participants, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It's a great pleasure for me to address you at the World Islamic Economic Forum Roundtable. I would like to extend my warmest greetings to all of you. The pandemic has highlighted the crucial role of digital transformation for the economic resilience. Unfortunately, the benefits of the emerging technologies and digital transformation are spread unevenly across and within countries, industries, and societies. These technologies transform the production, enable more efficient processes, and create new value for industry, society, and the environment. We should keep in mind that increased resilience on digitalization could risk opening new digital divides. We need coordinated and comprehensive strategies to build economic resilience and bridge digital divide. In this regard, as Turkey, we joined the World Economic Forum's global network of centers for Fourth Industrial Revolution to support the industry, especially our workforce. We have also launched the Smart Industry Readiness Index program for digital maturity assessment of Turkish companies. Instead of suggestions, we provide applicable roadmaps and tailor-made solutions. As you know, small and medium enterprises are at the heart of our economies, employing the large part of workforce and contributing nearly half of our GDP. We design support programs for their development, digital transformation, production, employment, and exports. It's also important to understand the future of works. Although manufacturing accounts for 1/4 of global employment, the majority of manufacturers still lack a clear strategy on how best to equip their workforce. That is the reason why we made improving the human capital as the most important pillar of our national industry and technology strategy. We have also participated in WEF's Closing the Skills Gap Accelerators program for upskilling and reskilling of the workforce. Dear participants, as you well know, the pandemic brought unprecedented challenges to global economy. Global value chains, trade and investment flows have been seriously affected. As the government, we deploy a combination of policy interventions to support fast economic recovery while preserving existing businesses and employment. Restoring and rebuilding resilience and robustness in supply chains is the key issue for policymakers to manage the recovery. In this regard, we started a program called Opportunities in Global Supply Chains for the Turkish manufacturing industry after COVID-19. With this program, we assess the opportunities in global supply chains and define concrete steps for transforming industries. We are also implementing a supplier development program with the World Bank Group in the automotive industry. It will boost the competitiveness of the domestic suppliers by protecting jobs and increasing value added. Turkish manufacturers have shown a successful performance in fulfilling their domestic and international commitments in this period. Considering the investments made in the Central and Eastern Europe, Turkey is among top 3 countries attracting most investments in the last 15 years. In terms of venture capital investments, Turkey also ranked 8th in Europe and the 2nd in the Middle East and North Africa. These are actually a testimony to the increasing investor confidence in the Turkish economy. Companies that are already in Turkey have also ramped up their investments over the time, positioning our country as a center for production, export, and management. Turkey knows well that FDI is a key driver for economic development, particularly in the post-pandemic. We have further reinforced this competitive position with uninterrupted and continuous reform process. In this regard, Turkey made a gradual progress in the World Bank's Ease of Doing Business Index and WIPO's Global Innovation Index. Moreover, we announced our national FDI strategy that will serve as a useful guide for global companies who plan to invest in Turkey. We always shape our incentives based on investor feedbacks and improve investment climate to ensure facilitation of investment decisions. Thanks to its strategic location, lucrative incentives, and qualified workforce, Turkey offers investors a safe harbor. Asian investors may benefit from Turkey's export potential and continue to invest in Turkey as their springboard to reach markets like Europe, Middle East, and Africa. Honorable participants, the pandemic also calls upon us to reflect on our relationship with the environment. With less than 10 years to go before the deadline for achieving the Sustainable Development Goals, the structural challenges for their implementation remain. These challenges are increasing now in a more demanding context of uncertainty resulting from the pandemic. Countries unable to align their supplier base and business environment with sustainable development goals face the risk of being out of the game. In this regard, we are conducting studies to boost the compliance of the businesses and the regulatory framework with SDGs and European Green Deal. In order to turn the obligations into opportunities, we prepared a national action plan and the SDGs investor map in partnership with UNDP. In particular, our map will enable to mobilize sustainable development goal-oriented investments and accelerate progress in Turkey. Distinguished participants, ensuring the world rebounds stronger from the pandemic will only be possible if we revitalize economies with new tools and policies for global cooperation. Along the response and recovery phases, our objectives should be bold to build more prosperous, inclusive, resilient, and sustainable societies and economies. This event will help us to understand all those issues and their solutions better. Therefore, I thank the chairman, distinguished audience, and everyone participated and worked for this event. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.